Hey there everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Rainy Friday here in my world. That's all right though. I love a nice rainy day sometimes. Getting ready for the weekend. Not sure what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm starting to feel more myself again, and I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed. Man, it feels like I've been in a fog for the last 3 months, but I'm kind of starting to wake up now, and I hope I keep moving forward. And anyhow, that's kind of what leads to this video today. Today I want to talk about raw food diet retreats and coaching in the tropics. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you'd go down there and hit that big red subscribe button now. Click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. I'll tell you, I probably have talked about it here too, but I've been talking about it a lot on Instagram. In fact, people have been sending me messages feeding on that. I mean, I've been really starting to get that tropical feel lately. I don't know, after a year and a half here, it's just like I'm getting itchy, I'm getting antsy, I'm starting to figure some things out. But I always like to make it clear, I've tried to go make it abundantly clear on Instagram that I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Although I wouldn't choose, after having been a raw vegan in the tropics in Costa Rica for the first 5 years of my journey, this is where I was supposed to be right now, and there were lessons I was supposed to learn. Perhaps it was just a lesson of doing this thing outside of the tropics. And listen, I'm just going to tell you this right away. Everybody, you have to explain everything here. I'm all about the tropics. It's not like people get angry because you might be doing something that they're not going to ever do. They're going to stay in their little town. Look, I'm not telling anybody you need to do anything else. This is what's in me. This is what's the fire in me. This is where I know what I know I'm being called to do. So that's all I'm talking about before anybody tells me, well, not everybody can just blah, 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 and go off to the tropics. You do you. I do me. But man, those tropics are calling me because it's always been, listen, besides teaching me some lessons, being this time in the state is also confirming some things to me too. This is a lifestyle, for me, this is a lifestyle of the tropics. I know everybody out there and people make good recommendations, and I like those things. I don't eat apples all that much because we're not an apple area. Apples are expensive here and they're not all that great. I don't eat grapes all that much because, once again, they're expensive here. But even so, and I love those things. I love those things. I'd be eating them, but they're not tropical fruits. Listen, philosophically, and like I say, I don't need to change anybody else's mind on that, but philosophically, I think I need tropical fruits. There is a difference all fruit is not created equal. I think we're meant to have those tropical fruits, and I want back where my species is supposed to be. I just notice all my patterns are different up here, and it is different. So like I say, it's been a lesson, and it's something that I don't regret and I wouldn't change because, these lessons are important. But I was laying in bed last night, and it just made me think about, all the different, how totally my way of eating and living and thinking is different up here because, down in Costa Rica, I was thinking I was very animalistic. There would be a certain fruit that I was getting really good right now, and that's what I'd eat. That's what I'd eat. Screw this, oh, well, you need a wide variety, why don't you, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. I'd eat mangoes for days and days and days and days, or I'd eat papaya, and I eat lots of mono meals. So, as I'm thinking about this, and I got people kind of encouraging me on Instagram, I'm really digging Instagram. I'm all over Instagram. I'm networking with people in all different niches and whatever, and I'm just enjoying it. It's a fun time over there. I really like Instagram more than any of the others, but yeah, a lot of people are encouraging me over there. So when I was thinking about doing this video, I was going to ask people, I was going to do the let the floodgates open. Well, what would you like to see in a retreat or this or that? And then I'm like, no, because that will let the floodgates go, and you'll have people, listen, travel's a funny thing. That's why I'm taking it real slow with anything travel related, and I'm thinking about it. I want to investigate thoroughly and set it up thoroughly because I've been around the travel industry and tourism for years. And to be quite honest, travelers can be a pain in the ass because they expect a lot when they're traveling, and people can be real picky, and you gotta be on your game there. So instead of asking, hey, what would you like to see down there? I'm just going to tell you what I do, you know, because like I say, I'm not saying like, okay, you need to do what I do, but this is me. This is my style. There's other people. If you want to do one of these little fancy retreats that's all about, you know, you get there and you'll get your itinerary where you get there and you have breakfast this morning and you have your activities planned throughout the day, I ain't your guy. And if you ain't figured that out already, you don't read people too well. I used to do, and let me just kind of tell you what I used to do. I used to have a little travel company down there like 10, 12 years ago. And it was kind of just something I ran with a little website, simple, you know, took money through, took a deposit through PayPal. They'd pay when they got down there. But it was, I had structure. Now, I'm not talking willy-nilly like you just get down there and do whatever. But I had structure, but there was a lot of free time. And it wasn't like every minute dictated, and it would also left a lot of flexibility for people actually getting there, seeing what was going on and deciding what they wanted to do instead of making all these choices ahead of time. So what I would do, I had, like, just for instance, and it'd be totally different, but just for example, I had a surf camp package. And that surf camp package consisted of this. I picked people up at the airport. I took them down to the beach where I had the accommodation set. So they were picked up at the airport, taken to their accommodations. Their accommodations were covered in the package. Now, totally different concept, and the food would be different. Back at that time, breakfast was included with the hotel, and I took them out to dinner every night. They had a surf lesson every day. And they had a yoga class every day. If surf was in the morning, because you surf around the high tide, if surf was in the morning, yoga would be in the afternoon. Now, I do bring those two up because that's other things too, and I'm finding it, and that's going to help get me back to the tropics quicker as I'm, you know, reaching out and not just blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm stepping away from this raw food or branching out, because it's too narrow. There's just too many. I don't want to sit around and talk about the little minute details of food. So I'm, you know, I'm getting up with people that are asking me about surfing and stuff in Costa Rica, and I got mad connections for surfing. I mean, seriously, I got people down there that I'm not being prejudiced because I know them. I've been around surf instructors, and there's a lot of lame surf instructors, but I got good people that will teach you how to surf and won't just be, if you're a female, hitting on you because you're a good-looking female. I got that for people that already know how to surf. I got people that can take you and put you on some of the better breaks and whatever. The area that I lived in, that I go to, is very good for a large range of surfers. I was in Playa Jaco, right next door to Playa Hermosa. Playa Jaco had good waves. I mean, you know, when a bigger swell came in, good surfers would go out there, but when it was smaller and there were smaller areas of the beach, it was good from anywhere from beginners to medium to advanced, but then the big boys went out to Hermosa. So, man, the fruit is down there. So, I mean, you know, it would be something where you would show up. There, I would have things arranged. If we were going to do yoga, I've got amazing yoga teachers down there. We would do yoga. There's hikes to take. You could do surf lessons. Any number of things. Now, where I'm throwing in this coaching in the tropics, everybody's always talking about coaching. Everybody's a coach on Instagram. You go down, every little raw vegan there, they're a coach because they got ordained by their little site online, you know. Tell you what, come do a real thing. If you really want to do this lifestyle, come establish it where it was done. I'll take you down to the tropics. You know, we'll do it in the tropics. If you can't go to this little beach town, which is hot all the time, we'll make sure there's not a rainy period. You go down there as hot as it is with the fruit available, that's like a testing ground. If you can't be fully raw there, you'll never be fully raw. Never, 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 never. So, you know, we go down there and we could do a number of things. We could stay in one place and just focus on eating all week, and it would cost a little bit more because there'd be travel and different accommodation involved. We could go down there and just bounce from like market to market to market because there's different things happening around the country and there's different areas. For instance, that last area in Costa Rica where I lived, amazing Saturday morning farmers market in Alajuela, Costa Rica. But also too, now that's where there was more fruit. You could just get your volume, lots of fruit. Little organic market down in downtown San Jose. There's an organic market in Tinamaste on, I think those are Tuesdays, and then I think on Thursdays or Fridays down in San Isidro Perez Zeledon is probably the best, that some people say, market down there. So, you know, we could bounce. We could like plan the week out. We go here, we go to a market, we stay a couple of days, we get on the road. Lots of possibilities. Now, just one last little kink I'll throw in there too, and I don't really have any connections down there, but I've been. Jamaica's been calling me too, so I could see getting, listen, I'm gonna manifest, you know, I ain't been doing any of this manifesting, but I'm about to manifest my hippie ass back to the tropics here in the next couple of years, and who knows, Costa Rica's home, got a place in my heart, but if some opportunities came up other places, or even just, you know, to do it temporarily, I'd love to go to Jamaica and learn a little bit more about that Ital cooking. So anyhow, just kind of a fun rambling, I want to get out of here video today. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.